being here early, first of all. I can't believe how many people were here. We actually tried to delay our arrival because we had a wicked tailwind. It was so much fun riding here from Stephenville. But I was looking at the clock and I'm like, we're going to get there so early and then everyone's going to be waiting because we can't start early. So we stopped on the side of the road, as Mark said, for a cup of tea and a lot of food. And the food was really good in the follow vehicle, so we ate way too much food. And then we got here even faster, and we were here early anyway, and then there was all this food in the bus. And this is it's a bike ride, but it's all about eating too. So a big shout out to President's Choice, one of our major partners for this ride, who has actually allowed us to completely underwrite the big ride for Bell Let's Talk. So not a dime that is raised along the way goes to this ride, goes to the overall Bell Let's Talk campaign. We do not accept money, but we do accept food. And it allows for fundraisers like tonight. It allows us to come into the community and to complement a fundraising initiative like tonight's event, and all the money stays local, and I'm so proud of that. So this is just fantastic. You're making our dream of this ride come true, so thank you so much. And this community obviously is such a warm one. I've had the gift of being here once before. It was really brief and I always wanted to come back, so riding in on a bike was the best way to come in. We met so many people on the road waving at us, saying hi. We even had trucker love out there, the semi-trucks giving us hoots and waves, and it was just it was a fantastic ride.
Cornerbrook is known also as a very important sports hub.
Yeah.
You had the Canadian National Cross Country Ski Championships here recently, Canada Games in '99, the Triathlon World Cups. It's a beautiful place, a beautiful community, and just with these endeavors that we've heard here a few seconds ago, they are really on board. And the message we want to bring for Clara's Big Ride over these 110 days is the fact that there needs to be a conversation. We need to follow your example and talk about what has happened to us in the past, or what has been done. And I'd like you to share a little bit with us how this came apart, how this came together, I should say. We're maybe falling apart with that. But how this came together here, and why are you doing it?
Well, really, for me, it comes from a lived experience with mental illness, of going through depression as a young athlete, but it's something that's hereditary for me as well. It's a family experience. My sister suffered from bipolar disorder for 24 years, and my father just passed away with advanced dementia. So it's a family thing, and I lived in fear as a young person and then a young athlete that it was going to happen to me, and then it did. But you know what? I got help. It took me 2 years to finally receive and accept that help and realize I couldn't do it alone. Even having won Olympic medals, depression was something that I could not overcome without the help of others. And for me, it wasn't a family thing. It was actually professional help that I needed, and I need to this day. And I'm here to spread the word of what that experience has been, but also just to connect to so many Canadians who have the same experience. It is not easy, but you know what? The best things in life are not easy. And the best thing about working towards anything is pushing through no matter what. And this ride, I think, is a metaphor for that, because we have faced snow and hail and sleet and rain and wind and hills. We have faced great distances. Tomorrow we have 182 kilometers to ride, and I hope the wind stays from the westerly direction, because I think we're sort of heading east. But it's really about persevering and reaching out and connecting to others, and knowing that you can't do anything alone, and why would you want to? And that so many people struggle, and so many people struggle and suffer in silence. And that's what I really hope this ride can help to do, is make people realize that this is a conversation that involves every single one of us. And the best thing you can do is realize, first of all, you can't do it alone, and secondly, you can actually be the person that reaches out and helps another person. You can't fix, you can't rescue, but you know what, you can point someone in the right direction, and sometimes that can save a life. And I've had so many experiences in my life in the world of sport, traveling all around the world, traveling all around Canada. I've been so beautiful, but I've also met a lot of people along the way who have had greater struggles than I will ever know. So this campaign and this ride, quite honestly, I feel like every Olympic experience I had, brought me to the here and now to have this chance of pedaling all around Canada. We are in Newfoundland. We are on this beautiful place, this big, beautiful rock of a land and snow, and we haven't seen any moose, but I hear there's a lot of moose. But we're also not just in Newfoundland. We're going to Labrador as well. We will be stopping in Happy Valley, Goose Bay, also Hopedale and Nain. And every time I say Nain, I get that response. And it's a place that is near and dear to my heart, my husband Peter's heart, who's in the bus there. And we have some beautiful friends up north, and spent last August up in the Torngat Mountains in the Nunatsiavut region. And it was, quite honestly, the time of my life. And when we left Nain, I called my boss and said, we can't do this ride without stopping up there. So that's one of our stops, and I can tell you that this message that we're going to bring back to Ottawa is a message from all Canadians, from coast to coast to coast, in every single community, that mental health matters. And we're serious about it, and I know you are too. Coming here today on this Monday, I mean, so many kids here, I know you want to be doing other things, and you're here wondering what you're standing in front of a grocery store for. But I hope you can listen and realize that you have a role to play as well, and all of you have a voice to use to make Canada a better place. And reach out to people in your community, to your friends, to your classmates, your schoolmates, your teammates. Somebody that needs help, they should never ever feel like they're alone. So we can all reach out, and just thanks so much. This warmth that we've received today will never leave us, and no matter what we face from here, and I know it's going to be cold, and I know it's going to rain later this week, but you're going to get us through. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Clara. So as you can understand, it's all about you, it's all about the community, it's all about what you can do. The CMHA, you're lucky you have a branch right here in your region, and the work that those people do is absolutely incredible. Putting on these events and working within the community, and that's what we also want you to do, is to go to bell.ca/Claras Big Ride, join the conversation, hashtag, find out where you can donate.